Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the corner and welcome to your latest video. Lots of news to cover, lots of transfer news to go through. But before all of that, ladies and gentlemen, it's good to be back. I was a bit under the weather for the past couple of days, but I'm good now. Thank you to everyone that has reached out to me and wished me a quick recovery. Really, really appreciate that a lot. In the midst of all of this, obviously, we missed out on the game against the Tunisian side, Esperance, which was a nice victory, 3-0 victory. We don't want to get into the nitty gritty of that game. Everyone, if you've watched it, you've watched it. 3 goals scored. Lovely goal from Delap. Nice goal from George as well, Tariq George. A goal from Tosin. And we move on to the next round. And it looks like the path is looking beautiful for the Club World Cup. As the next round games come along, we're going to delve deeper. And as we get closer to the next round as well, we'll go deeper into that. Today, however, we've got quite a lot of news to go through, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do that from the get-go. Look, there's a lot of news in regards to Gittens, and we're going to get to that because that is a very, very interesting scenario brewing there. I thought maybe we are pursuing Gittens so quickly that he can be registered for the second part of the Club World Cup, but a lot of people have confirmed to me, no, he's already been used for Dortmund. He cannot be used for Chelsea Football Club. Then I'm thinking, why is the rush? Like, we can take our time. We don't need to bend over backwards. We can be calm about it. So we're going to get to that. First up, ladies and gentlemen, 2 goalkeepers, Edouard Mendy and Bettinelli. Marcus, I believe his first name is Marcus. There you go. Marcus Bettinelli and Edouard Mendy stating they've left Chelsea Football Club because they don't feel that we are winners anymore. They've gone out of the football club to go and win something elsewhere. So we're going to talk about this. Initially, it made me a little bit irate, but then I thought a little bit deeper. And then I was sort of thinking, you know what? Yeah, to a certain level, kind of understand, but at the same time, I don't understand. So let's get in on it. Edouard Mendy on Saudi move. Some people will quickly jump to conclusions and say the only reason is money. Well, that's a huge reason. Let's be honest. No one really goes to the Saudi league to win trophies because, look, they're throwing money. Let's be honest. They're throwing money. You're going there for the money, which is going to set you up for the rest of your life. Now, winning trophies is fantastic along the way, but no one expected Al Ahly to win anything. If I'm being absolutely honest, Etihad and Al Hilal probably look a little bit better, and even Al Nassr. So look, winning trophies with Al Ahly, great, but come on, Mendy. You didn't leave just for, to win trophies. And this is what he goes on to say. From the start, I always said that when I left Chelsea, I knew I was joining another team where I could win everything, which was no longer the case at Chelsea. Look, by the time he left, maybe there was no more chance of Chelsea to win anything. But don't forget, Edouard Mendy, you're talking down on Chelsea. Don't forget, you won the Champions League with Chelsea Football Club. Come on now. Like, you should always know that sooner or later Chelsea will come back, hopefully. And this is where the conundrum is. I say sooner or later we're going to come back. I hope we do come back. I still think we can win the Club World Cup, and we've obviously won the Conference League recently. I understand, this is where my qualm is basically with Edouard Mendy. First of all, no need to talk down on Chelsea. Even if it's a fact, you should remember what you've achieved with this football club, which was a lot, right? So Edouard Mendy, be grateful of what Chelsea's given you. Now, let's talk about the fact is, yes, by the time he left, maybe it was the right thing. And in fact, it is the right thing that Chelsea are no longer winning anything and he left. But don't tell me you left Chelsea to go and join Al Ahly thinking you're going to win everything over there. That, I think, is complete bogus. You did go there for money. Now, having said all of that, I'm hoping that we have slowly turned a corner, which, look, it's difficult with this ownership, with this directorship. Every time it seems like maybe we've turned a corner, they don't seem to bolster the squad in a manner that can go on and keep winning. So ultimately, Edouard Mendy is stating facts, but is he being a little bit ungrateful? Probably towards Chelsea Football Club. Let me know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Edouard Mendy isn't the only goalkeeper saying this sort of stuff. Marcus Bettinelli, see, Edouard Mendy, he was number 1 goalkeeper until that was taken away from him, and Kepa basically became number 1, and then Edouard Mendy bounced. Edouard Mendy post African Nations Cup, that's when everything sort of went south for him. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, it just went south so badly. And then Kepa obviously became the goalkeeper. Now both of them are gone. Kepa, by the way, is a here we go for Arsenal as well. Marcus Bettinelli now is saying he was number 3 goalkeeper and he's still going to be number 3 at Manchester City. Says the prospect of working with winners was why he swapped life as backup goalkeeper at Chelsea for Manchester City. Now, you got 2 goalkeepers saying we've left Chelsea because, they're not there to win anymore. And Marcus Bettinelli saying, well, there's not too many winners at Chelsea Football Club anymore. I'm joining Manchester City. Look, which is a fact. Manchester City got winners left, right, and centre. But it's not a good look, man. It's not a good look for Chelsea that some of these players are leaving because they don't feel like there are any winners at Chelsea Football Club. And it's up to us now to change all of this. It's up to the directors, it's up to the owners to build a squad that can go and compete, or else are we just content with being second fiddle like Arsenal are? We need to go out there and seriously try and compete for the Premier League, try and compete for the Champions League, and really give it a good shot to win the Club World Cup. The Club World Cup, ladies and gentlemen, it's there. It's there to be taken, and it's there for people like Marcus Bettinelli and Edouard Mendy to realize that Chelsea Football Club can still win trophies. So, look, it's not a good feeling. It's not a good look. It is somewhat of a slap in the face. Yes, somewhat it is the truth, but at the same time, sometimes truth is too difficult to swallow. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts around Edouard Mendy and Marcus Bettinelli talking slightly too much, a little bit ill towards Chelsea Football Club, even if it is, truth. You just, come on, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be so truthful. Sometimes the truth hurts, and in this case, it is hurting for sure. And it's up to Chelsea to change that. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Gittens may have pulled out of Dortmund's squad versus Olsen HD at the Club World Cup as a move to Chelsea is imminent. So apparently he wasn't even in the bench against Olsen HD. Dortmund did win 1-0 and they've gone on to the second round, topping their group. And Jamie Gittens was not even part of the squad. Now, a lot of people are saying that's because his move to Chelsea is imminent. Now, my thing is, if it's imminent, and I get it, look, maybe he doesn't want to get himself injured, but I was under the understanding that we're pushing for this so that we can actually add him in our squad, because we badly need some backup in the wing space right now in the squad, and it's looking a little bit bleak. But if it's simply the fact that he pulled out of the squad because there's a move that's imminent with us, then okay, fair enough. But it doesn't really solve our problems right now at Club World Cup. So that's the pressing matter right now. That's at least according to Ru Nakirtan, if I've pronounced that right, who believe that talks of an illness keeping Gittens out may actually be a cover-up story. All right, look, this guy badly wants us. We also want him. It's just a matter of time now, just a matter of the price. Looks like the price, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be somewhere around that 55 million. Positive contacts over Gittens in the last few hours, but Dortmund keep asking for 55 million, and Dortmund also feel there's now new interested club besides Chelsea. So is this imminent? Is this not imminent? Are we going to get something less than 55? Look, 55 million pounds for Gittens. It's neither here nor there, is it? Like, I think Gittens probably not more than 40 million. 40 million pounds is being very generous, if I'm being honest. 45 max with add-ons. 55? Like, where are we going? Where are we going? This guy is not the finished product. There's so much more development that needs to happen with Gittens. It's, that type of price. First of all, look, he's a good player, but it's an underwhelming player. For me, it's not a player that you it doesn't scream out to me that we're going to go for Champions League next season. We're going for the Premier League. It's another player that makes me think, top four race. So 55 million, really? Does it really matter if we'd got Champions League or not? I thought we got Champions League to get better targets. And if it's still the case that we're going to go for players like Gittens for 55 million, it just, for me, it just doesn't look good on the ownership and the sporting directors. I feel like That's not the right type of business, man. That's not great business, basically, with Gittens at 55 million. If the Jamie Gittens deal cannot be done, Alejandro Garnacho, my God, and Malik Fofana remain on Chelsea winger shortlist, I won't even be surprised if Garnacho is still pursued, even if we get Gittens, because we are short in the wing space. I hope it doesn't happen. I'd rather we just go for Malik Fofana. Lyon, ladies and gentlemen, have been relegated to League 2, so there could be a potential of getting someone like Malik Fofana. Let's see what happens down the track. Maresca feels Andrey Santos needs more sessions with him before he could become a starter. So Santos finally got some minutes against Esperance. Esperance, right? Yeah, it was Esperance. Yeah, ES Tunis, Esperance. Look, if you guys notice, he obviously didn't start, and he came on being a substitute for Enzo Fernandez. I think it's clear. Andrey Santos is only going to play when Enzo Fernandez is not on the field. He's not going to be a direct substitute for Caicedo or Lavia. He's only going to be substituting with Enzo Fernandez. Now, is that going to be good enough for Andrey Santos? On top of that, Maresca feels Andrey Santos needs more sessions with him before he can. So, look, that's understandable. It's a new manager. It's a new style as opposed to Liam Rossignol. So I get that needs a bit more time. But is Andrey Santos going to be patient, and is he going to be appreciative of only being able to play when Enzo Fernandez is not on the field? So this situation is not completely sorted as yet. Yes, he did feature off the bench, got some minutes, sure. I haven't seen how he's played. He did take a shot which led to a handball, which wasn't given, penalty. I don't know how that wasn't given, but let's keep our eyes peeled for the next game against Benfica in the second round, which is going to be interesting to see if Andrey Santos features at all. If he doesn't, and he continues to not feature in these important games coming up, if we do go through Benfica and go as far as possible in the Club World Cup, I think it's going to be a very interesting story to keep our eyes peeled out for, because Andrey Santos, I don't think is going to just sit around and twiddle his thumb at Chelsea Football Club. He feels like he is an important player. Now, last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, this is quite interesting. And this has been going on for a long, long time, and we've not been able to get this done. Check this out. Chelsea's ownership group remains intent on adding Sporting Lisbon to their multi-club network. Fantastic. Good club. Lots of talent come out from Sporting Lisbon. Chelsea are still actively interested in Sporting and have made contact with the club's top brass. Coming from CFC Chronicle. Look, one Victor Gyökeres still plays for Sporting Lisbon. I'm pretty sure he's probably going to be gone by the time this ever happens, and if this even happens or not. But I do hope that Chelsea can acquire Sporting Lisbon and get those talents firsthand from Portugal, not just from Sporting. But we shall see. Look, Sporting are probably not going to be interested. They see how things are run at Chelsea. They see how things are run at Strasbourg, really being utilized as a feeder club for Chelsea. They don't want to be like that. Sporting have a rich culture at Portugal. They win a lot of stuff, and they want to continue in that manner. They are probably going to be reluctant that if they sell themselves to Blueco, are they just going to be a feeder club for Chelsea Football Club? Are they not going to be competitive in the Portuguese league anymore? All of these things matter for Sporting, who are a pretty big team in Europe as well. They play Champions League football on a regular basis. And how that's going to also work out, knowing that Sporting also plays Champions League, and Chelsea, hopefully, if we continue and never miss out on Champions League anymore, hopefully that's the case, that it's a norm that we're always in Champions League. It'll be interesting to see how that's going to happen. But I would love it if this goes through. But at the same time, I think there could be some doubts that Sporting would want to be part of Blueco's multi-club model. So let's see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about, especially in regards to Edouard Mendy and Marcus Bettinelli talking a little bit ill in regards to Chelsea Football Club and Jamie Gittens. Jamie Gittens, are you happy? Let me know your thoughts. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, take care. See ya.